You're doing all the things, content, courses, Canva, chaos, and still not seeing 5K months? This video is a reset you didn't know you needed. By now, you've probably seen the success stories, the income claims, the Stripe and Stan Store screenshots. And yeah, it's actually possible to make a living selling digital products online. But here's the thing no one really talks about. Over the past year, this space has turned into a hot mess. Copy-paste courses, hype marketing with zero substance. And lately, the market's saturated with the same damn Canva template, but just in a different color. So here's the deal. If you're trying to hit consistent 5K months and it's just not clicking, it's not your fault. It's the generic strategies that you were taught. That's why I'm making this video, to show you a smarter, more sustainable way to hit 5K months selling digital products without burning out, without needing 100,000 followers, and without selling your soul to the Instagram algorithm gods. I'm making this because I've been where you are. Overwhelmed, underpaid, and most of all, wondering why doing all the right things isn't working out. You deserve more than the cookie-cutter strategies from a $500 course. So I'm showing you exactly what's working right now and why it had nothing to do with going viral, needing a huge audience, or adding more offers. In fact, a lot of what you've been told might be the very thing that's holding you back. There's one simple shift that changed everything, and not just for me, but for my clients too. You'll know exactly what it is by the end of this video. Now, before we crack on, this video is for the women who are done playing small. You've probably bought a course or two, maybe 5. You've tried selling digital products, but you're barely making any sales, and you're definitely not hitting 5K months. Are you? Huh? You're not hitting 5K months, huh? You're probably working a 9 to 5, that you low-key hate, posting on socials but still hearing crickets, battling imposter syndrome like it's your second job, exhausted from busy work that doesn't move the needle, and wondering how everyone else makes it look so easy. And most of all, you just want consistent scalable revenue, an aligned digital product that actually sells, freedom from hustle and burnout, and a strategy that feels simple, doable, and you. If that sounds good to you, you're in the right place. Because I'm going to show you exactly how you can create consistent 5K months through digital products. Even if you're starting from scratch, even if you failed before, and even if you're still working a 9 to 5, because that was me. Let me take you back real quick. I started off in corporate, cushy salary, good title, and a soul slowly dying on the inside. I tried side hustles, ran a print-on-demand business for over 2 years. Then I lost my job, got depressed, and ended up with 2K in my bank account and no clue what to do next. And one day, I saw a mom from the US talking about how she made 50K in 3 months selling digital products. And I thought, okay, if she can do it, I can do it too. Game on. Spoiler coming up, the game was not on. I did not make 50K. Not right away anyway. But I did hit 25K in the first few months, and then I scaled my business to 10 to 20K per month. But here's the thing, I didn't just copy what she did. I took what I knew, content, digital marketing strategy, and built something smarter, more scalable. That's when I developed what I now call the Smart Girl Method. The Smart Girl Method is a life-first business model for digital product creators who want 5K plus months, recurring revenue, simplified systems, offers people actually want, and clients who stick. It's how I built my business and how I helped dozens of women go from barely getting by to booked, banked, and balanced. I've had clients go from stuck at $200 months to 5K month launches just by cleaning up their offer and creating content that actually sells. No ads, no burnout, just a strategy that works. So how do we actually do this? This isn't just a bunch of random tips, it's a full proven system. Each piece of the Smart Girl Method is designed to work together so that your content, your funnel, your offer, and even your mindset all sync up to scale together. Let's get into it. The Smart Scale System. First up, we ditch the chaos and guesswork. Most people aren't stuck because they're lazy. They're stuck because they're scattered. So instead of juggling 10 half-baked offers, we focus on one aligned signature offer and a clean, high-converting funnel. This is how you stop scrambling for one-off sales and start creating predictable income that doesn't own your life. But having a great offer doesn't mean much if you don't know how to sell it, and that's where the next piece comes in. The Psych Sell Method. This is where we make sales smart. Most people are posting content that sounds inspiring, but doesn't actually move people to buy. Here, you'll learn how to weave sales psychology into every part of your business, your content, your funnel, and your conversations. Because when you know how people actually make decisions, you stop convincing and you start connecting. And once your message is landing, the next step is closing without feeling awkward, sleazy, or like you're begging for the sale. Here's what I mean. You learn the smart girl close. If the idea of selling makes you cringe, good, because that's not what we're doing here. We use a permission-based, pressure-free DM flow that feels like a conversation, not a pitch. The result? Buyers who are excited to pay you without using icky FOMO tactics or pushing them into it. And when your DMs are this easy, it's because your content has already done most of the heavy lifting. Let's talk about that next. The hero content formula. Posting just to stay visible isn't a strategy. Inside the Smart Girl method, you'll learn to create story-driven, high-converting content that builds trust, authority, and urgency to buy. Visibility is nice, but visibility with resonance, that's what actually drives sales. Now that people are paying attention, the question becomes, how do you move them from interested to I'm in without being glued to your phone all day? Nurture to no-brainer funnel. Instead of chasing cold leads, you'll build a simple nurture funnel that'll turn attention to conversions on autopilot. No complicated tech, no 47-step webinar sequences, just a clean, simple funnel that does the heavy lifting so that you can go back to living your life. And once you've got that machine running, it's time to make sure that what you're selling is built to scale, not just sell once and hope for the best. Offer in orbit. You don't need a huge product suite. You need one signature offer that's easy to sell, delivers real results, and is built to grow with you. This is about simplifying your focus so that you can scale faster without constantly launching new products all the time. Now that your offer is dialed in, the next move is turning your audience into actual buyers before you ever pitch a thing. Binge to buyer. This is where we create your content ecosystem, a journey that gets people to binge, trust, and buy naturally. If people are watching you and not buying, this fixes it. Because when someone's been absorbing the right content on repeat, the decision to buy isn't even a question, it's a no-brainer. And honestly, none of this sticks if you're still second-guessing yourself or operating from fear. That's why this last piece matters more than you think. The inner game rewire. Strategy alone won't save you if your mindset's stuck in survival mode. This is where we rewire your patterns, habits, and imposter bullshit that quietly sabotages your growth so that you can, in fact, show up, scale, and own your next level. Because when your mindset finally matches your ambition, that's when everything clicks and fast. This works because we don't just slap a strategy on top of your business, we build one around you. By following this method, we shape your offer, your messaging, and your systems around your actual strengths. So when you show up online, your voice resonates, it lands, it converts. Because it's real and your audience can feel that. Instead of forcing a funnel that doesn't fit or a content plan that burns you out, we create a strategy that aligns with your energy and your lifestyle. So you're consistent, not because you're hustling harder, but because it finally feels doable. You're not trying to be someone you're not. You're finally leveraging who you already are with structure and direction that actually scales. That's why this works, because it's not about doing more, it's about doing what's right and doing it smarter. To give you an example, one of my clients, Jessica, helps Christians start their own businesses, all while juggling part-time work and being a stay-at-home mom. When she came to me, she had the vision, the voice, and a whole lot of heart, but zero systems, zero funnel, and zero clue how to turn it all into consistent income. She implemented the Smart Girl method, got clear on her offer, built a simple funnel, and started showing up with content that actually connected. And within just 4 months, she banked 20K. No dancing on TikTok, no paid ads. Just clarity, consistency, and a strategy that works with her life, not against it. If you're watching this and you're thinking, okay, I need this, here's how to take the next step. DM me ready on Instagram. That's where we can chat. And if it's a fit, I'll tell you how we can implement this together inside my mentorship program. Inside, I'll help you clarify your offer, simplify your strategy, and build a life-first business that actually works and keeps working. This is for you if you're smart, capable, and done with wondering why it's not working for you yet. You're posting, creating, and trying to stay visible, but it still feels like crickets. You want consistent 5K plus months that don't require you living in your DMs or launching every 2 weeks. You dream of working 3 to 4 hours per day, not burning both ends of the candle for pennies. And most of all, you want a business that funds your lifestyle, not one that runs your life. This isn't about doing more. It's about doing what works in a way that actually fits you. The Smart Girl method is how we turn your vision into strategy, structure, and scale so that you're not just building a business, you're building freedom and longevity. So when you're ready to make that happen, DM me ready on Instagram. Over the past year, this space has turned into a hot mess. You comfortable? Yeah? Okay. Thank you.